Hello everyone and now welcome to a game between a Syde versus Fish. I hear 10 of them can earn forgiveness. Alright, so let's, there we go. Syde spawning as the red undead player over here on the bottom left-hand side of the map. Meanwhile, Fish spawning as the blue human player over here on the top right. Looking at the players here, I believe it's, well, French versus, is that a Turkish flag? I don't know my Turkish flags. My daughter apparently is saying yes, it is. Oh, the Singapore flag. Is it a Singapore flag?
I'm not sure. I'm not that expert of it. But just look like the
All right. Well, considering how big WarCraft 3 is in Asia and in Europe, I probably insulted a lot of people. Metaphysics telling me yes, it is the Singapore flag. Then again, if you're like, hey, how can you not know all of these flags? I'll ask you, do you know what the state flag of Wyoming looks like? Yeah, I don't either. Anyways, Death Knight coming in from Syde over here on the bottom left. Metaphysics says yes. And of course Metaphysics has to know. I was trying to think can I come up with one that people don't really know? Montana, Wyoming, Delaware, New Jersey. I was trying to think of a small state. South Dakota. Anyways, let's go ahead and break things. Huh? Of Taiwan? A lot of people know what the flag of Taiwan looks like.
A town is under siege.
I was trying to name some. Anyways, let's go ahead. That's what I was thinking of. Buffalo. All right, I apparently chose the wrong one. Of Oregon? Do you know what the state flag of Oregon looks like? Maybe the only one I would have known. All right, Acolyte making their way out here. Archmage going to go ahead and put pressure. Put a little bit of scouting pressure here as Fish now going after the Ogre Warrior creep camp here. Ogre Warrior creep camp will get cleared up pretty quickly. Death Knight, skeletal minions making their rounds out. Death Coil used to start the game now. All right, focusing on the game. We're looking at skeletal minions putting pressure on the Ogre Warrior. And, well, this game just feels a little bit slower. States don't need flags. America only. All right. As they continue to make their way back, I don't know. It feels like the United States of America has now become the United Provinces of America, as state powers have seemed to dwindle compared to the power of the federal government. As we're looking at the Archmage now putting pressure down across over here. Militia now making their way in as well. Null Assassin's going to end up getting taken down as we may have an expansion attempt. Archmage getting up to level 2. I know all flags of states of US and I am from Europe. Or maybe I don't. Alright. Focus on the game. Focus on the game, Crota. And Acolyte now trying to put his pressure across over here. Acolyte of Syde going to get taken down. As, well, interesting to see Syde actually playing with a Death Knight first as opposed to a Dreadlord. But then again, this is because he's playing on the Battle.net servers. And, well, the Battle.net servers have significantly less lag. Alright, Footman taking quite a bit of damage, down to 161 bit of damage, 124, one or two more shots. One more shot should do it, followed up with a Death Coil. There it goes, giving level 2 to the Death Knight, as now pressure is being added up onto Fish's Peasants. Peasants now trying to make their way into a position where they are, well, a little bit protected by the trees as they are building, as the Death Knight still making their way through. Death Knight trying to go after all of these peasants, and even though Syde knows that he perhaps cannot stop his expansion, he can at least make his opponent pay for the expansion for a little bit more. We're looking at the water elementals, however, causing a lot of problems and protecting all of these peasants from all of these little skeletal minions, as new skeletal minions are popping back up. Nicely done right here, as we're looking at another Death Coil go down, and, well, beautiful done by Syde, as unit after unit is falling right there. A lot of peasant costs there. Archmage, however, almost at level 3. And I did not notice this, the Archmage actually having plus 15 damage. That may be one of the reasons why the skeletal minions were just not doing all that much. I'm sure, I'm sure Fish is rather glad to get those claws of attack plus 3, or 2 claws of attack plus 6 and 9, as opposed to, say, rings of protection plus 3 and plus 4. Footmen now looking to make their ways back again. 30 supply compared to 33. We're going to have this expansion up and running here in just a moment. Scout Tower has not yet been finished as the Archmage is going to try and aggro anything here. Nope, Death Knight is going to be coming back across, and in comes a little bit of damage already. Level 2 Water Elemental, well, drawing a line in the sand, able to get some damage back off onto the other side as the Archmage gets some damage once more. 28 to 34 damage, but plus 15 damage. So really raising the minimum damage on this Archmage by 50%, it almost feels like, as the Archmage still wandering around here, getting in some shots and some damage onto that Death Knight. Every little bit of damage does make a drastic bit of difference. Death Knight absorbing large bits of damage, has to be extremely careful as the Skeletal Mage now chasing after that Archmage once more. Footman deciding to try and defend here. Arcane Tower is already being upgraded as the Archmage wants to get back to protect this expansion. Meanwhile, in the base of Syde, we are getting up that Lich already. We are teching up to tier 3 already and getting up that Slaughterhouse. So Obsidian Statue should be coming in behind momentarily. Syde is a little bit overall behind, but he invested in his tech. And that is the reason why his army is smaller. Footmen coming across. Do they have defend? That is a key question here. Are we going to perhaps be getting off a Frost Nova? A couple of Footmen could get taken down. 1 or 2 shots. There it goes. A big Frost Nova could slow down multiple units as the Footmen are now down to, 199 hit points. Going to try and back away. Death Knight does get a Death Coil off and finishes off another Footman again. All right, more Water Elementals dropping on in. This Water Elemental going to cause a bit of problems as the Death Knight already down to sub 300 hit points and while still taking a large amount of damage. Footman with the Fen now surrounding that Lich. Death Knight is going to be able to transfer that Scroll of Town Portal. Does exactly that. Another Footman gets taken down and the Lich is able to back off. Skeletal Minion, however, taken out before the Scroll of Town Portal picks them up. Obsidian Statue will get added in here. Syde most likely will take this opportunity to clear out a creep camp and then rebuild his army by getting up that Obsidian Statue to provide a little bit of cover. All right, damage getting added in onto that Death Knight here, splitting the damage between the Lich and that Death Knight. Death Knight actually low on hit points alongside that Lich. Ogre Magi coming in with a lot of damage as the Obsidian Statue shows up to the party to provide health and well-being for the undead. All right, Wand of Illusion also dropped behind as well. Lich going to stay at level 1. Death Knight going to stay at level 2. Archmage staying at level 3 as the tech to tier 2 just now going to be finished in about the next 15 seconds. Footman with defend, and well, I am surprised by Fish's investment and the number of Footmen that I see here. There's often the question, how many Footmen is the right number of Footmen? And well, that is an impossible question to answer. It feels like sometimes you need a large number of Footmen to deal with the early Crypt Fiends, but what you're going to end up seeing is that the Footmen do not scale very well in the late game, and we may end up seeing Syde get a large amount of experience to follow all of this up. Units are now still making their way back. Death Knight going to try and get to level 3 off of this Rock Golem creep camp. Well, there goes another illusionary Lich making its way off to the north. Archmage and Death Knight illusions just wandering around, getting sight of absolutely everything as the Lich stays at level 2. Death Knight gets up to level 3, but Fish is actually perhaps going to catch his opponent off guard here. Footman with the Fen trying to dive on in. We do have Frost Armor from the Lich as we see a Death Coil Frost Nova onto the Archmage, and the Archmage quickly taken down. Lich could be in trouble. He has Frost Armor and Death Coil to keep him alive though, and that is going to work out extremely well. Fish cannot stick around in this battle for far too long as Lich is getting in a large amount of mana as well. There goes another Footman as well as the Lich could go after more and more units. Water Elemental having negative armor as the Water Elemental needs to back away. Lich staying at level 2 will get to level 3, and Syde is in a great position right now. Looks to be able to easily finish off on the remaining units here. Lich will get to level 3. There it goes. Level 2 Frost Nova is available as the Archmage just now gets resurrected at the tavern. All right, Mountain King was being trained up in the Altar of Kings, hence the reason to resurrect the Archmage at the tavern. But Syde has a major advantage going into this next fight, even though he is only sitting on one base. Are we going to see Rain of Fire here? There's that Rain of Fire for all of those peasants, and those peasants are going to be forced to retry and retreat back. No more additional mana on that Pit Lord, as the Crypt Fiends are now going to be able to push in damage onto that Arcane Tower. However, the Footman and the Archmage shows up to the party. Lich is going to be able to get off another Frost Nova. That is the question, as the Footmen are just trying to figure out their purpose. They are too slow with Defend up, and their damage is just a bit too low. Meanwhile, well, the Arcane Tower removing so much precious mana there, as a big Frost Nova takes down another peasant again. All right, that Pit Lord wants to try and finish off all of these towers. Stormbolt onto the Pit Lord. Pit Lord actually caught under 3 towers, and this is a horrible spot for it to be in. Death Coil as the Death Knight continuing to keep it alive. Arcane Tower switches focus onto the Death Knight. Stormbolt onto the Death Knight there, as the Death Knight now out of mana. There goes that Pit Lord, as Fish able to hold the line, and the units are now going into a retreat mode. Spellbreakers now being transitioned as the Footmen are going to be, well, not as productive as well. Death Knight doesn't have enough mana for a Death Coil, as Footman after Footman also going to fall as well. Mountain King could turn things back around. Death Knight has to be very careful. Doesn't want to get under the attack of that Arcane Tower, as it is within Death Coil range, as the, well, Death Knight now down to 85 mana. Flying Machines now, well, starting to mass up, going after some of those units. Stormbolt, but the Crypt Fiend ends up staying alive temporarily as it finally gets focused down. Archmage now sitting at level 4. Mountain King still has plenty of mana, with level 2 Brilliance Aura. He needs to back up again. Potions of mana, perhaps potions of healing could be used up as well. Stormbolt onto Syde's Archmage, or sorry, Syde's Death Knight. Death Knight not trying to back away, as the Mountain King going to try and give a little bit of a chase, down to 166 hit points as the units are backing away again. And Fish playing a very good game right now, as he was able to take down that early Pit Lord, hold on to the expansion, and now has a third hero of his own. Death Knight going to be rejoining back in on the fight. Pit Lord may try and Rain of Fire off to the side here. Are we going to see it? No arcane feedback. Yes, there is, but the Rain of Fire does come down in time and putting on pressure onto those peasants, as the units are now trying to back away still. Are we going to see a Stormbolt? No, we are not. Pit Lord now with Cleave, able to get some damage in. Mountain King trying to go after the Death Knight, but Death Knight with Scroll of Healing and Potion of Lesser Invulnerability gets taken down. All right, no Potion of Invulnerability being used, no Scroll of Healing being used, and now all of a sudden Syde is in a massive retreat. Mountain King low on mana. Are we going to see enough damage go onto that Pit Lord? Yes, it does. I do not believe Syde was expecting the Holy Light burst damage, as the Holy Light added in just enough damage to finish off not only the Death Knight at level 3, but that Pit Lord at level 2. Archmage rounding the corner here, going to try and continue with that pressure. Fish having a slight advantage. Archmage has Staff of Sanctuary and Orb of Fire. This Archmage with plus 22 damage. And Syde now desperate, trying to find some sort of strategy. And, well, it's just not working well at all. Ogre Lord going to get finished off by the human army. And Fish may be able to take a game from Syde, as the Paladin, well, no, Mountain King going a little bit to the dark side, picking up Unholy Aura. All right, Mountain King low on mana, unable to get off another Stormbolt. Should be able to get one right now. Are we going to see a Stormbolt onto the Crypt Fiend? Yes, we are. More damage coming back through. Are we going to see a Death Coil? Yes, we do. But the Archmage did have that Orb of Fire to remove some of that, a little bit of additional healing, as a sheep gets in the way, causing the Crypt Fiend to fall. All right, when some of those days it feels like even the map is working against you, and that is what Syde must be feeling right now. Fish from Singapore, just playing an amazing game here, and able to hold his own against Syde, and now taking a bit of an advantage. However, Syde not giving up as of yet, going for level 4 on that Death Knight, level 4 on that Lich. Where is the Pit Lord? Pit Lord will be popping his head out in just a moment, as he is going to be ready to go. Paladin now at level 2 has Devotion Aura. Knights do have Animal War Training.
Is it just me, or is the water element a bit bigger?
The water elemental is, well, it gets bigger. All right, flying machines are back out. Drake currently down. Is it just going to get poked apart here? And, well, Syde is looking to clear up this expansion, or looking to clear up the fountain, and was unable to do so as Fish was there to capitalize. It looks as though if the Paladin and the Mountain King both get to level 3, well, Syde is going to have a much more difficult time trying to really do anything here. I don't know why there's this little crazy split up. Flying Machine's now going to finish off that red Drake. Down it goes. It's going to be Boots of Quelt the Lost. Mountain King gets up to level 3, and the Archmage purposely stayed back. Are you going to pick up those Boots of Quelt the Lost? That is a very expensive item. Come on, Fish. You've been doing so well. It's right there. It's right there. All right, leaving it behind. All right, apparently leaving it behind +6 worth of stats is the next thing that professional players are going to start doing. Well, to be honest, though, that red Drake did die in an awkward spot, making it difficult to spot that one particular item there. All right, Paladin going to get to level 3 here. And with that said and done, level 3 Paladin with Knights and level 3 Mountain King, all of a sudden, this is going to be quite a bit of a problem. Rain of Fire being used once more. Fish looks as though he's going to lose this workshop. Scroll of Town Portal coming into position, though, and Syde decides not to stick around. Flying Machines in that squadron looking to perhaps shoot down any of those destroyers. No Stormbolt coming in for that Mountain King. No Sorceresses with slow. And, well, those units are looking to still head back. Where are all of these units going next? Knight going to continue to give chase. And with those Sundering Blades, should be able to finish off a couple of Crypt Fiends, but Syde is retreating all the way back home. Syde sitting on 50 over 70 supplied. Fish sitting at 77 over 78. He has a massive, massive advantage in terms of army size, but he cannot allow his opponent to keep on mining. He has to leverage his large army size, force an engagement, and well, if he forces an engagement, that should end up causing more problems. Once again, we're looking at, well, the units are all in a straight line. Pit Lord was stunned. This could be a big problem as the Pit Lord tries to get away. Does have Orb of Fire on him, meaning that he takes less healing. 1 or 2 more Stormbolts, and yes, Stormbolt Holy Light finishes off that Pit Lord at level 3. Fly Machines, now do they have bombardment? Yes, they do. They're going to be able to start attacking the actual buildings being left behind here, as there is the forced engagement. 75 supply compared to 51. Flying Machines now looking to back up. More Abominations coming back in again as the Death Knight, well, actually trapped between all of these Ziggurats here. Knights are pushing in a lot of pressure as well, and the Knights with Sundering Blades going after all of those units, and Syde gives the GG. Fish, while capitalizing on Syde's mistakes there, and that sudden burst damage on that first Death Knight kill, causing, well, the first domino to fall. Once that Death Knight was gone, the Pit Lord falling behind, well, the number of hero kills 4-1, really telling the story there. Syde having the hero experience advantage, but was just unable to hold on to his heroes, thereby allowing Fish to catch up. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed it.